Welcome to our demonstration of our Health Information User Portal. The Health Information User Portal is where any health information user, such as a doctor or nurse, can raise consent for the patient's health information. Let's begin with the first capability, the ability to search for and identify a patient using their Ayushman Bharat Health ID. When the patient's Aadhaar address is found in the ABDM ecosystem, we get the patient's details. Now, let's try to access this user's health records. We start by searching for the patient. After finding the patient, we specify the purpose and duration of our access request. For this demo, we're focusing on care management between specific dates. I am accessing health records from May 1st, 2022 to May 28th, 2024. The consent's expiration date ensures ongoing patient privacy. Additionally, we specify the types of health information needed for our request. In this demo, we're requesting access to all available health data types. Once we raise the consent, it will remain requested until the patient takes action. Our portal includes a feature to view consent details. These are the types of health information I have requested. This is the requested date, the expiry date, and the date range for accessing the health information. I will now try to grant this consent from the PHR app. This is the patient address for which I have requested access. We received consent just now, 1 minute ago. When we click on View Details, you can see the details for which the consent was raised, including the health information types requested. Here we can update consent details, including date ranges and expiration dates. Here, we adjust the expiration date of June 27th for continued access. These are all the health records of the patient. I want to grant consent for OP consultation, prescription, discharge summary, and diagnostic report. These are the consent artifacts or care contexts of the health information linked from the health information providers. Let's now specify which health records we're granting access to. I have given access to 4 health information types now. We can update the consent here, and I am trying to grant the consent. Once the consent is granted, we can see its status in the Health Information User Portal. Let me refresh it. Here is the consent that was granted just now, and we can view the consent details here. These are all the details I requested, and these are the health information types granted by the user. Here we have the granted on date, May 29th, and these are the health information types. To view the patient's health records, we have put a toggle button here. If the consent is granted, this button will be enabled. OP consultation records offer comprehensive patient information. Once we click on this, the user can see the health information they have access to. I have been granted access to diagnostic reports, prescriptions, discharge summaries, and OP consultations. Each health information types include both structured and unstructured data. For example, if we take a diagnostic report, this is the lab report of the patient. Here is the structured data, and here is the unstructured data. When you click on the diagnostic report, you will see the raw data, which is either printed or a written document. Moving on to prescription details, this is an example of unstructured data, showing the prescription details and the medicines prescribed. Similarly, we have structured and unstructured data for discharge summaries and OP consultation reports. For example, in a discharge summary, we have multiple sections, starting with chief complaints. These are the chief complaints or problems for which the patient was admitted, and all the procedures undergone during the patient's stay in the hospital. There can be multiple sections based on the treatment received by the patient. Here we have the unstructured data for the same record. If you open this, you can see all the section details here. And here we have the OP consultation record. They include chief complaints, physical examinations, allergies, medical history, medications, and procedures. Currently, this record does not have any procedures. This is the unstructured data of the record. You can see all the details here that we have already seen in the unstructured data. These are the first 4 health information types that have been granted for this patient's health information. Now, let's close this consent toggle. Let's raise another consent for additional health information types. I will repeat the same process. I will set some random from and to dates and the expiry date. Let's request consent for all health information types and specify the purpose of the request. Once we raise the consent, let me edit this consent and give access to the other health information types. I have updated the consent and granted access to the remaining health information types. The recent consent, which was in the requested state, has now changed to granted. Here, we can view the consent details. This shows what I requested and what the patient granted access to. When you click on the View button, you can see the health records. This consent includes health document records, wellness records, and immunization records. The health document record can include various documents, and here we have one section. When you click on Document References, you can see the data in PDF format linked to the patient's visit. This is a random health document record. The next health information type was granted a wellness record, which contains multiple sections like vital signs, body measurements, and general assessments. There are also observations in a structured format and an unstructured format. Here are the details in an unstructured format. The next health record is the immunization record. This shows the vaccines the patient received in the past, in both structured and unstructured formats. This is the structured data, and this is the unstructured data. This is it for the consent grant flow. Now, we will demonstrate how to raise and deny a consent request from the PHR app. I will raise another consent for the same patient address. Let's go to the PHR app and deny access to this consent. Here is the consent that was just raised. I will deny it now. The consent has been denied. Let me refresh this page. So this is the consent denial flow. Once the patient denies access to their health information records, the status changes to denied. Health information users will no longer be able to view health records. These are the health information types that were requested. Here we have the date on which the consent was denied. Let's close this. Now, let's examine the consent revocation process. I will revoke the consent that has already been granted. I will go to the PHR app now. This is the recent consent that was granted. I will revoke access for this consent. Let me refresh this page now. Here, we can see the consent that was granted earlier has been revoked by the patient. The consent status is now updated to revoked, and the health information user no longer has access to the health information. Here, we can see the stages of the consent. Initially, I requested access to all health information types. Then, access was granted for 3 health information types. Finally, access was revoked for all health information types. Finally, we'll explore the consent expiry flow. I will create a new consent for the same patient with the same ABA address. I will specify a random purpose for the request, a random date range, and an expiry date. I will set the expiry date to 2 minutes from now. The current time is 4:21 p.m. on May 29th. I will set the expiry date for the consent to 4:24 p.m. Now, I will raise the consent. The consent is now in the requested state, and the current time is 4:22 p.m. This consent should expire in the next 2 minutes. We also have a flow where consent is raised with an expiry date, and the patient grants access for a specific period. Let's set a random date range and raise the consent with a future expiry date. I will raise the consent for all health information types. The consent is now in the requested state. Let's go to the PHR app and grant access to this consent. This is the most recent consent that was raised. Before granting the consent, we will update the expiry date to something in the near future. I will grant access to 2 health information types. I have granted access to 2 records for now. I will update the consent with the expiry time set to 4:27 p.m. on May 29th. I have just granted the consent. The current time is now 4:25 p.m. on May 29th. Let's see if this consent expires in the next 2 minutes. While the consent is in the granted state, the health information user will be able to view the records. These are the 2 records that were granted for this consent: a prescription and a discharge summary. The user will have access until the expiry date lapses. This consent should expire in the next minute. This was the previous consent that was raised with the expiry time of 4:24 p.m., which has now expired. The most recent consent, which was granted from the PHR app after updating the expiry time, has now expired as the current time has lapsed. Here, we can see the different stages of the consent. Initially, these were the requested health information types. These are the health information types that were granted. The consent expiry time was updated to 4:27 p.m. These are the details on which the consent expired. The consent expired at 4:27 p.m., and the health information user no longer has access to the patient's health information. These are the different flows in M3, starting from consent grant, denial, revocation, and expiry. Thank you for exploring these essential features with us.